Plaintiff Brenda Anderson says when the defendant asked her to marry him, she refused because he didn't have a job. Brenda claims she eventually accepted his proposal, only to find out her engagement ring was fake. She's suing him today for power tools and a cell phone bill. Defendant Curtis Dows says he and Brenda initially met in a 12-step program, and the only reason he's in court is because Brenda's angry that he got married to his witness.
Start with you.
I met this man shortly after I moved to Moreno Valley in 2010. Curtis asked me out, and I wouldn't go with him because he was still legally married, and I let him know that I was not going to date a married man. So thereafter, I'm at work, he texts me and says that the ink is dry and that his divorce is final. So I was like, okay, I'll go out, with them. And we did. We went out and everything was good for a while. And slowly I started to see some things that was like a little ominous warning to me, but I kind of brushed it to the side.
Things like what?
Things like, a little manipulation and deceiving and just outright lying at times. Things started to get very uncomfortable for me. I was letting him. Well, Curtis was constantly asking me to marry him. And I refused to marry him because he didn't have a job. And I didn't want to marry a man without a job. I was like, you gotta get a job,
Because you just can't afford to be married. I don't think you should embarrass a guy or hurt his feelings or otherwise make that your measure of love. However, for practical purposes, in the sense that we can't afford to do the things that you want to do. Right, and so you're right in my opinion, and ladies are right in my opinion regarding that. I disagree with them saying because they don't have a certain status that I don't want to date you. For example, I disagree with ladies who refuse to date ex-offenders. Thank God Linda didn't have that problem.
That's right. Wow.
That's my opinion on that, but yes, you shouldn't do anything you can't afford to do. So that was your opinion on that?
Absolutely, and with that in consideration, Your Honor, I dated Curtis and he had nothing. He didn't have a place to stay, he didn't have a car.
How long did you date him?
Oh, I dated Curtis for about 2 years.
Now you went a little overboard.
Yeah.
2 years and didn't have a car or anything?
That's not true.
He eventually he got a car. He got a car and he started working odd jobs, and it wasn't because I was with him because of what he had. Curtis has a great heart. And I asked God to let me see the man's heart, not his outward appearance and all of that, because we all know that he looks decent, but that's not what I was wanting to see.
Who all knows? We all know.
3 million views.
Who is we?
Any woman in this courtroom could tell you that he looks good. But, with that being said, sir, I wanted to see the heart of the man, not what the man could do, because I recently retired from the state and I could pretty much support myself. But, he was being very persistent. I had a retirement party. Well, he proposed at my retirement party and I was very much in shock because he's still not working. It's like, okay, I don't want to embarrass him and not say,
that's what I was saying.
I don't want to do that. Right. So, I kind of was shook a little bit. And so we get home, and I could have went for this. Curtis gave me a ring, and it was fake, and that devastated me.
How do you?
This receipt don't say it's fake.
Okay, so
how do you know it was fake?
I took it to the pawn shop to try and get money. Well, I needed money to...
How long after he gave it to you did you take it to the pawn shop?
Probably maybe a month and a half.
Hour?
Yeah.
No, because I didn't want to believe that something like that would happen,
You thought about it for a month and a half, then you said, I got to know.
No,
and went down there to that pawn shop
that was
to
not
check.
It. I needed to pay this bill. Curtis had ported the number out.
Okay, so what did you say to him after you found that out? Did you tell him?
No, I
as you should
didn't.
have? Okay, good.
Dated Curtis and he had nothing. He didn't have a place to stay. He didn't have a car.
How long did you date him?
Oh, I dated Curtis for about 2 years.
Now, you went a little overboard.
Yeah.
2 years and didn't have a car or anything?
Plaintiff Brenda Anderson is suing her ex-fiance, who claims Brenda's only suing him because she's angry that he got married to his witness.
What happened between the two of you? How did you break up?
Well,
Gave you a ring, then what?
at dinner, I told him we needed to talk.
Same night?
No.
How
This
long
was
after?
Maybe a week later
Got
or two.
it. We need to talk, and
We
then
need
what
to
happened?
talk because this is a different
And what
level
happened?
now. I told him, I said, you know, there are some things I don't want in my marriage. That lying, deceit, and manipulation, I just can't accept it. So he said, why am I calling him the devil? I said, I'm not calling you the devil. I'm calling you what I
Okay, you're talking about the other flaws at that point. Let me hear from you, sir. Then we gotta get to the power tools that you're suing him for. You say his power tools didn't work no more, so you want your money. We'll get to that. You want your money back.
Your Honor, the power tools work fine.
All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We're not here for power tools or for a phone bill, Your Honor.
Tell
We're
me
here
what happened.
because this lady's feeling a little guilty because I married this beautiful Hispanic woman instead of herself.
Why you gotta point out her
That's
race?
not
What that
true.
got to do with anything?
It's just, I think it's a fact.
She don't say, I married this bald-headed black man. Is that how you refer to him? Go ahead.
I want to point out a few things. The fact that I was not working when I met this lady, I didn't need to work. I had disability coming in, about $3,000 a month. I have an affidavit here that shows I received about $85,000 in back pay. I've always had a job. I've made deep six figures in my life. I've done everything from police department to corporate sales, where I've been one of the top people in the country.
Good.
So I've always worked and had my own. I got 6 kids to support. I'm not going to have no job or no income. I'm not a deadbeat like that. I paid $120,000 back child support because me and this lady met in a 12-step program many years ago. And I admired her, I liked her, but I was married at the time. Later on, when that marriage split up, me and her decided to engage in getting to know each other a little better and see if we could engage in a relationship, which we did. I'm a Christian guy, Your Honor. I was trying to get back to my Christian roots, and I was trying to not have sex outside of marriage. So I kept telling this lady, we get along. We've known each other a long time. Let's just get married. Let's just get married.
You say
this
you
falls into
tried
place.
to.
I was trying not to, Your Honor. Yes.
But we did your best.
But I did my best.
You did. All right. That's all the Lord asked
That's
for.
all he asked.
That's all. That's all the Lord asked.
It was a priority for me, and it didn't seem like it was such a priority for her.
Go ahead.
That's not true.
A lot of selfish and self-centeredness.
Let's talk about the engagement, if you like.
Yes, sir. I ran up and saw my jeweler, and I said, I got to have this ring today. You've been promising me for weeks. I got a receipt that says I paid $2,200 for the ring. He didn't have...
Let's see it, please. Tell him this man's ring is fake.
And
Go
he,
ahead.
he said that the ring was not available yet.
Sir.
So...
Sir, this says $50.
Look at the top, Your Honor.
Huh?
Look at the top of it. I did not have that diamond in, so what he did was I paid
Tell me
$200.
about this $50.
He charged me a $295 fee and a $50 fee to put a Cupid zirconium in there to hold the spot until
All
the diamond
right.
came.
I do see $295.
Yeah.
Put a bigger stone in.
For the bigger stone, until the diamond came. Because I said, I'm getting married today. I'm going to engage today.
I was just a little surprised. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
And so you presented that to her, and what did she say?
She said yes.
Okay. And how did you all ultimately break up?
When we had that lunch meeting and we had that discussion, I forgot what else she said. She said some dirty, nasty, doggone things to me. And I said, how can you say that about me? I've done so much for you. I built your house. I put in your lawn free. I re-landscaped your lawn. I painted every fence. I painted every wall, windows, doors.
Did he do all this?
As a man, you should do that for
Oh, no,
me.
he don't have to do nothing. He don't have to do anything for you.
As my man,
Nothing.
he
You
should
all
do
don't
that.
live together. That's not his house.
Oh, we were.
You were living there?
No, but I was there
full-time?
often. I was there often.
Let's get to the tools, ma'am. This man done done all that for your house, increased the value of your house, and all you talked about is him being broke and not doing anything. Let's get to the power tools. How does he owe you for that, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Curtis wanted to start a lawnmowing business with his friend, and he was doing some tree trimming as well and asked me to use my tools. Now, all these tools had very sentimental value.
When was he to return them, ma'am?
Well, I let him use them until he finished the job.
And when was that, ma'am?
During the summer.
Have you finished the job?
I finished the job, Your Honor.
Okay, and why haven't you given her tools back then?
I was going to buy new tools for my business. She said, I got all those tools out in the garage. Baby, use those for your business. They're 20-year-old tools. I have pictures of them. They have acid tags from the state of California.
Whatever they look like, you took them.
They were 20-year-old tools, but they
you
were
accepted
functional.
these 20-year-old tools. What was the agreement on the 20-year-old tools that you accepted?
The agreement was I was going to use, she told me, you take those tools. I'm not going to use them for anything. You use them and give them back to you whenever you want to. And I used those tools on several jobs, and on the one job, they got stolen on the back of a job.
All right, and who you think's responsible for the items that were stolen under your care? Who do you think should be responsible?
Plaintiff Brenda Anderson is suing her ex-fiancé, who claims Brenda's only suing him because she's angry that he got married to his witness.
How does he owe you for a phone bill?
Curtis came to me and asked would I allow him to put his kids on the cell phone account. So I did because he wanted to stay in contact with his
He was supposed
kids.
to pay the bill?
Yeah, he was paying the monthly
And when did you
bill.
get it for him?
That was August 20th of 2017.
All right, and he paid all the way through when?
April of 2018.
$17,000
All right.
I paid on the phone
And
bill.
April of what again?
2018.
All right.
2.5 years, $17,000.
You have the outstanding bill?
Yes,
He says,
sir.
I'm not asking what you paid, we're talking about what you owe. Now, let's get to that. Do you owe her for a cell phone bill, and if not, why?
No, sir, Your Honor.
You paid everything you owe?
I gave, in addition to paying $17,000, I bought each of those kids an $800 iPhone. I bought the $900 phone she has with her.
We're talking
cash.
about the bill.
I also gave her $15,000 in cash.
For the phone? Them some hell of a, oh, excuse me. Were those phones made of gold, ma'am? Or platinum? He said he gave you $15,000 to buy phones. Isn't that what you said, sir?
I gave her $15,000
To buy
in cash.
phones?
I have copies.
To
of it.
buy phones?
Whatever she needed to use them for. She
Oh, well, no, the phone bill, sir. We're
I
talking
paid
about the phone bill.
Sir, I paid the phone bill.
All
I
the way
run
through?
$60 a month.
Hold on, all the way through?
All the way through.
Never
yes, sir.
missed a payment?
Never missed a payment.
All right, and you have evidence that it hasn't been paid?
Sir. Yes, sir.
This is it?
Yeah, Curtis stopped paying on the account, and it went into collection.
Amount due now is $1,999. Why do you think it says that if you paid everything, sir?
I paid everything except the last $900.
You just said you paid everything, and now you're saying
No,
except for. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Well, I would say good riddance, and I'm cool on you.
And I would say be blessed, and I hope things go better for you. I'm sorry for everything that's occurred between us, but I'm sorry you feel the way
Don't
you
make
do.
amends standing
Yeah, okay.
here.
I
You
don't
know
need to
the
make amends.
procedure
I
on
know the
making
procedure
amends.
making amends.
So
I'll
don't
make
make an
that.
amends. Hi, how are you?
my
You really
beautiful,
are
beautiful,
beautiful.
gorgeous wife
Yes, you are.
with a good heart.
But he cheated
Yes, sir.
on me with you, saying you was his
That's not
spiritual
true.
advisor.
I was a spiritual
Listen,
advisor.
and then
We
he's
got married.
sweet on you.
I kissed her on our wedding day.
Emotionally, he
We
got
never touched
attached
each
to
other.
you, and then he left me.
Plaintiff Jerry Gettomire hired the defendant to work at his bar, and she was a great employee at first, but he soon suspected she had a drug problem and was abusing drugs while at work. Jerry's suing his former employee for the balance due on a car and a loan. Defendant Mandy Brown says she gave her all while working for Jerry, but he began overworking her, and she found herself neglecting her family for her job. Mandy's countersuing Jerry for harassment and emotional distress.
Start with you.
Well, I hired Mandy as a server bartender in September of 2018. Great employee for 9 months, and then, in my opinion, 3 things happened. She was having marital problems. She would show up to work with bruises and claim that her and her husband got into a fight.
That is,
There was a couple of shifts that she could not work because she was unable to work. And the second problem, I believe, is Mandy had a drug problem. And
That
when
is a
she was
lie.
working
Believe.
there,
How do you know what?
the evidence I have is just my staff and myself witnessing Mandy going back and forth to the bathroom multiple times during her shift.
I go back and forth because I drink a lot of water.
I drink a lot on my
I
shift.
guess when I come out here hyped up, they think I'm on coke when I go back and forth.
There he goes
I
again.
can understand it. All right, I
Your Honor.
got you.
And the third problem is Mandy was drinking a lot and
On the job.
on the job, and we spoke about it, and she got better at it. But the end was June 28th of 2019. She was a bartender on the outside patio of the restaurant. She was beyond drunk. She could no longer perform her job. I wasn't there. I got a phone call. I asked them to get Mandy out of there, and actually a couple of my customers brought Mandy home that evening. And I pulled a couple of my regular customers
Your
took
Honor, I
Mandy
disagree
home
with
at
this.
10 o'clock.
Defendant Mandy Brown is being sued by her former employer, who claims while working for him, Mandy was using drugs on the job.
Okay, let me allow her to give some
Absolutely.
testimony.
All right.
Ma'am?
To go to the fact that I have a drinking problem, I'm a bartender, we are allowed to have a few drinks while we're on shift.
You are?
Yes, that is allowed. Jerry does shots with us. Jerry has beers with us. Jerry buys us beer.
Is that true, sir?
Not every night, sir. On a
That's
busy night.
every night. You sound crazy. You letting your employees who work at a bar drink with you and then get mad when they get drunk.
Exactly.
All right, ma'am,
I do
go
not
ahead.
have a drug problem. I do go to the bathroom a lot, clearly, if we're, having beers on shift and drinking just sodas on shift. I work long shifts, long hours.
You want to dispel this allegation about your husband, is it?
My husband, we were having marital problems. It is due to the fact that I was being overworked to the point of what happened was actually just a complete and total emotional breakdown.
He said your husband was assaulting you.
My husband never assaulted me, and nobody ever said, I've never said that. Did I come to work with bruises on me? Yes. I have 4 boys that I wrestle with.
Okay.
So, yeah, that would be an assumption that was made by people, and that was actually
You shouldn't wrestle. By the time they hit 30, ma'am, you should stop wrestling with them.
They're all 15 and younger, so we have some pretty knockdown, drag-out wrestling.
All right.
The incident that he's talking about on June 28th was I didn't know I was supposed to be working. He called me, he's like, you're supposed to be here. I was consistently covering shifts. I was working, I had maybe a Monday off, and I was working Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday night. I covered.
I can disprove every bit of that, Your
All
Honor.
right, I'll give you a chance. Go ahead.
I cover everybody's shifts when they are sick. So the marital.
What'd that do to you, you said?
It, towards the end, put me towards a complete and total emotional breakdown that I just couldn't do it.
Which part of it? The hours?
The hours, definitely. My husband and my family, I missed out on everything with them. I gave my all to Jerry Gettomire and Gettomire's. I focused completely on being a wonderful and great employee for them and neglected my family. And, it got to the point where my husband said, you are tearing yourself down, you are tearing this family down, you have to make a decision to get out of there. I came to Jerry and I approached him on several occasions saying, I can't work these shifts anymore. I really need you to cut back on these shifts for me. And he heard me, he acted like he heard me, but then the next week would come out, he's like, I really need you to work this shift. I really need you to work that shift. For all these hours that I was putting in and working for him, there were several times that Jerry came to me and promised me that I was going to be made a manager and get manager pay, and that never came through.
That's because she
All
started
right, but we're
drinking
talking at this
excessively.
point about him treating you unfairly because, a lot of people work those type of hours. That didn't mean he did anything wrong unless he treated you unfairly. Go ahead, sir. What do you want to tell me about this work environment? That
I
you
would
just
like
mentioned?
to submit to you a payroll summary of Mandy's hours.
Let me have it, please. You have it.
Thank you. Thank you. You start at the top, Your Honor. Those were the number of hours that she worked her last week, 16.
That was a week that he gave me days off.
I'm sorry.
No, please continue going down because you won't find a week at over 40 hours until April or something. She worked about 20 hours a week. 25 hours a week tops is all she worked. She actually came to me one day and told me, Jerry, you're not giving me enough hours. I need to find another job.
Your Honor, that was,
And
I went, when he had me on Wednesdays and Saturday nights in the beginning of me working there, that is when I went to him after I quit my full-time job. I said, I can take more hours now.
All right. We have 35 weeks here that you average 20 hours.
I overworked it her death, Your Honor.
He's giving me 35 weeks, man.
It's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday
No,
night.
this is the weekly hours, man.
She was scheduled more, but she couldn't. She got somebody.
I'm
to work
looking at
for
it,
her.
sir. You don't have to say anymore.
Okay.
All right. With regard to the car and the loan, tell me about that.
In March, Mandy was looking for a vehicle. I had a 2007 Lincoln Navigator that I wanted to sell. I told Mandy I'd sell it to her for $7,000. She thought that was a very fair deal. She offered to make payments in the amount of $1,000 a month for 7 months. I received a payment mid-April and mid-June, both in the amount of $1,200, and that's all I have seen. I've seen no more payments from her.
$2,400?
Yes, sir, which leaves a balance of $4,600.
Okay. The loan?
Yes, on there, you'll see 1 week she needed some money. She was really in a bind. She needed $400. So if you'll see on one of those paychecks, most of her paychecks are either $0 or $20. You see one that's over $400, Your Honor?
$400. When was she to repay it?
She told me she'll just give me an extra couple $100 a month when she was paying me her monthly payment,
she didn't?
which she never ever paid.
Right.
Defendant Mandy Brown is being sued by her former employer, who claims while working for him, Mandy was using drugs on the job.
All right, let's get to the car and the loan, ma'am.
Okay. I wrecked my car on the way into work one day, came in, told Jerry that I had wrecked my car. He said, I can sell you this Navigator out here. He said he was gonna sell it to me for $6,000, not $7,000. I told him that I would make $1,000 monthly payments on it. I gave him a down payment the day that he signed this title over to me.
Let's see it, please.
For $1,300. He wrote $7,000 on there for it, and he said he had to do that for tax purposes so that he did not get screwed on the
That's
vehicle.
a lie, Your Honor.
Then the following month, I gave him a payment of $1,800. The $400 loan, he overpaid several employees that week, that $400, and I paid him back that $400 in that week, in that week's time.
Do you have any evidence today to show any of that? How much you paid him back with the car?
Everything
money?
between Jerry and I has been a cash transaction. Everything.
All right. And
Can I submit into evidence the work that needed to be done onto the vehicle? Because it's
why is that relevant?
well, it was broke down right after I brought it for 2 months.
So is that part of your defense?
On the money owed?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. And how much do you think should be taken off for that?
It was $2,200 and $2,075 in work.
Let's go to the counterclaim. How has he harassed you and caused you emotional distress?
From the week after that I left working there, he called me within a week to ask for the car back or all the money owed. He knew at this time that I was out of work and in a really bad spot. Jerry and Ginny and I were all really good friends. That was a work family. That's why I don't even understand how it got brought to this point. I worked for him. I worked my butt off for him, as well as hosted their son's first annual golf tournament and did all that work for free.
Your Honor, I appreciate everything she did for me. Trust me. But if you refer to every single text that's in here, and if you read these texts, it's all her, I'm going to pay you, I'm going to pay you, I'm going to pay you. Oh, no,
Just
no,
show me
I
a
can't
couple.
pay you. And then she offers to give me the truck back in
If he gave me the money back, if he gave me
when she asked, when that happened, I said, Mandy, please call me. She never called me.
Let me see it,
I
sir.
never spoke to her via phone, ever.
Did she mention did she mention in here the car repairs she wanted to deduct from
No,
the
she
amount
never
owed?
said she wanted
my
to be
text
deducted.
message here,
And she
between
also,
him, and it is in there.
And it refers to the
All the monies.
deduction of the
Yes,
monies
yes.
for the car repairs.
Yes.
Since I took possession, I have put a new serpentine belt on it, all oil changed, over $2,500 in the vehicle. Yes, I have not made all the payments in time you had expected. Ma'am, I can't trust your word. You told me something different than what I looked at myself. You said he overworked you. For the majority of this year, you worked an average of 20 hours a week, so your testimony is unreliable. Your claim is dismissed. Yours is granted.
I am sorry I came to this. I really am. I tried.
Dude, get away from her.
Here.
Oh, okay.
Here, no, I'll tell you this. Listen, Jerry, Jenny. Regardless, at the end of the day, hey, I'm glad you guys got your.
Do you understand?
Okay.
All right. Sir.
I'm glad you got your money, and I love you, and I will always love you. Okay. And I'm just so sad. No, it's fine. No, it's all right. It's good. Everybody's taken care of.
I'm just happy it's over. I never wanted it to come to this. All I wanted was the money that she owed me for my vehicle. That was all I ever wanted.
I agree. I'm happy that it's over. Jerry and Jenny were like family to me for a really long time, and I'm glad that he'll get his money out of this. I am.